My name's Evelyn, and I like to dance.
I'm a dip dancer.
Oh God, I didn't want to get emotional. Everybody has a story.
We ended up hitting a tree head on. I was paralyzed instantly.
Growing up, I've always felt so different. I have spina bifida and scoliosis.
I sometimes feel like no one really understands me.
I've seen a lot of concerts and like the backup dancers. I have never seen someone that looks like me there.
My dream was to always be a competitive dancer. The doctor came in and told me that, I'm sorry, that's not possible anymore.
I get messages from kids all around the world always saying, you know, I wish I could dance like you, but I have this disability, or this person is telling me I can't. And so I really wanted to show people that you can do whatever you want and that you're not alone in this world.
There's so many people that are going through the same thing as you.
You're not alone.
I'm not alone.
I'm not alone.
I'm not alone.
I'm not alone.
We're not alone.
I don't think I've ever had to do so many takes to get a dance move done. But new day, new goals, let's own it. And in this episode, we're getting ready to meet up with someone who I really respect, because as we get into their story of rise to stardom, a story in which, you know, so many people, you know, have the ambition of one day becoming a singer, an actor, you know, someone famous, but they give up. This is a story of resilience, but not one that has not gone through extreme adversity to the point of they had to take a 5-year break after traveling, you know, to Asia, speaking on tour, really living the dream as a singer and dancer, but then hitting a rock bottom moment. And now she's come back with a vengeance. She's been growing to millions of fans over the past year. She's now working with the likes of J-Lo. She just worked with Bieber. She's worked with Flo Rida. She's working with some of the biggest brands like Zumba, you know, but really all while being very conscious. You know, she is a dancer and singer, an artist, but with a purpose. She just launched a song not so long ago called I'm Not Alone. It was all around, you know, speaking about loneliness and bullies. And she's brought special needs children with her on stage in her music video. She's someone I really respect because she's using her platform, you know, with purpose, you know, very conscious in the type of music that she's putting out into the world and the type of videos that she's creating. And we're gonna talk also how she rose so quickly through collaboration, through growth hacks.
Sing, are you gonna do for us today?
Then I'm going to be dancing hip hop.
Okay, sweetie, proceed.
Really leveraging social media to grow her fan base from 80,000 to over 2 million fans. So let's get to it. Someone that I highly respect and is a dear friend. You know, she's really a beautiful, beautiful person inside and out, making a difference in a lot of people's lives. The none other, the untold story of Montana Tucker. Montana, we finally made it happen.
Finally, seriously.
Welcome to Latest Creators. I'm excited. I'm so happy. You look unbelievable.
Thank you.
Obviously, your soul is so beautiful inside and out. I'm lucky because I've gotten to know Montana over the past, I don't know, several years, and just get to know you as a person. And it's always really exciting when I get to see the person that's behind all the fame, you know, and recognize the fact that, like, that's who you are in the world. Like what everyone sees, and I've seen your growth and your success and everything, and I'm just so excited for you and so happy for you.
Thank you.
And just know that, like, you earned it. Like, I know that you've earned it, and I just want to say first and foremost, congrats.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That means a lot.
Absolutely. So how are you feeling? I mean, I know you've been working super hard. I mean, it's been, I feel like over these past couple of years for you, I want to get back into the history, but just right now, how are you feeling with how much has really kind of come to fruition over these past couple of years that I bet has been probably a decade or more worth of work?
I think honestly, it just shows, it's so cliche, but that hard work really does pay off. And you can hear that all the time, but until you're actually putting in the work and seeing results from it, I think that's what's most exciting to me, that sometimes I'll be working so hard, and I won't realize what's really coming from it, and then afterwards, and I see the results. I think that's what the most exciting part is. And another cliche thing is to do what you love, and I love it so much. Like, I love creating. It's my favorite. When I'm not creating, I feel weird. I feel like I have to be creating because I love it so much. So to see the results from doing what I love is really what's exciting to me.
Yeah. Like, could you ever see yourself doing anything else? Was there
No.
ever a moment that you were like, oh, maybe this will just be a hobby or something? Like, was this something that you were like, regardless, no matter what happens, I'm gonna stick this?
Honestly, since I was 8 years old, I just wanted to be in the entertainment industry. I begged my mom to let me get into it, because at first she didn't want me to get into it from hearing all the negative things that you hear about the entertainment industry. So I had to beg and beg and beg her. Now she loves it and is totally a part of everything. But in the beginning, she was very conscious about letting me do it. So since I was 8 years old, I wanted to do it. And even when I took a break, I still never stopped loving it, you know?
Did you have like someone that that inspired you when you were young, that actually that you looked up to?
So when I was younger, Britney Spears was my idol as a performer. But as I got older, and still to this day, Beyonce and J-Lo. Beyonce especially, I think not only is she extremely talented as a singer, a dancer, a songwriter, actress, you never hear anything negative about her in the news. And I think she's been around for so long, and there's really never anything negative that you hear about her. And she's always very, very positive. I also hear that she's the hardest worker.
Yeah.
That I know a lot of people that have worked with her, and she's the first person there at her rehearsals, the last person to leave. You know, she's Beyonce. She can have everyone doing anything for her, but she's involved in the editing sessions. She's involved in the choreography. You know, she's very, very hands-on and such a hard worker. So I admire that.
So how has it evolved for you since like you first started to break out into this industry when you were young, and then, you know, basically, because I know you write your own songs, you're a songwriter, you're a dancer, I feel like you're an actress as well. Like, how has it all kind of evolved for you?
I think when I was younger, everything had to be very separated. If you were dancing, you weren't really doing anything else. And if you were singing, you were focusing on that. Or acting, you had to solely focus on acting. And I think now everything is one, which I think is really, really awesome, because I'm passionate about all of them. So now I can focus on all of them. I think that's like a few years ago, I feel like you really had to choose exactly what you wanted to do. But I think nowadays everyone's collaborating, everything is, you know, coming together. So I think that's really awesome, especially through social media, that, you know, you can, like my videos, I'm kind of acting and dancing most of the time.
Yeah.
And now with singing, you're singing and dancing and acting all in one video. So that's why I love it so much.
How long did it take you to gain that confidence and then also like find your identity in the entertainment industry?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely something I struggled with, and sometimes I still struggle with it, but definitely when I first moved out to LA, I was still trying to figure out, how am I gonna do this? What do I wanna do? I was still trying to do it the somewhat traditional way of like trying to record and work with different producers and figure out what style I wanted. And I feel like once I really got into, you know, the social media world, I always stayed true to myself and what I wanted to do once I really got into social media. And I think that's when I saw the most success, like really when I was doing what I wanted to do, not what other people were telling me I should do.
Yeah.
And even, you know, for instance, like I've had a lot of brand deals and offers that aren't true to my brand and what I think my brand is, and could have made me a lot of money, but, you know, I had to dress a certain way that's not my brand, or, you know, I never put any curse words on my page. Like, that's something I'm very, very cautious of. And if I get offered, you know, I work with a lot of the labels. If they have a new song coming out, they'll say, hey, we have this new song, can you create one of your videos? And they'll give me a budget. And even if it's a super popular rap, hip hop song, but if it has bad words and stuff that just not on brand with me, I won't do it. So I'm definitely very, very cautious about that. But yeah, I think the past year and a half, I really let music kind of go on the back burner, just because these dance videos took over my life, really. And I love it, and I'm so thankful and happy for it. But now I'm excited that, okay, now it's time to focus on the music, and I can still do both. So that's why I put out my single, and now I'm gonna keep putting out more music.
I want to get into the dancing though. Like, I feel like you're like the best dancer like in the world. Like, literally, seriously, like I gotta give it up to you, because you're you're unreal. I mean, and you did win. I did hear like you won
The
like
hip hop championships.
Hip hop championships, like
all from people all around the world, which is insane.
Did you get any hate like this? Oh, this blonde girl, white girl from Florida comes
you
through
know what's
and
so
it was
crazy?
hip-hop.
And also when I was younger, I danced to Remy Ma. Like I'm sure you know.
Yeah,
Remy
of course.
Ma. So I was the only little white girl. I was 15 when I danced to Remy Ma, and everyone else was like 25 and older, and I was the only little white girl. And like it's just because I went, especially when I was younger, that was not really seen, like a white girl who can kind of dance like that.
Yeah.
So people were always very accepting. I've never actually got any hate. It was really, I think, because it was so cool to see that. And this is again like when I was younger, before social media was so big. Nowadays you see dancers from all around the world, and it's a lot more accessible and not as shocking when you see somebody who's so amazing. But for back in the day when I was younger, it was kind of crazy. So yeah, I backup danced for Remy Ma and Ashanti when I was like 15 and 16.
And then that continued, right? I mean, I know you've done other videos for other like pretty big artists as well.
Yeah,
right?
I choreographed and casted and danced in DJ Snake's and Love, I think that's how you say his name, A Different Way. I just did Bieber and Khaled's new video, No Brainer, for Chance the Rapper's part. So I like casted, choreographed, and danced in that part and that. But like I said, I'm trying to not take so many dance jobs now because I really want to be looked at as an artist and taken seriously as an artist.
Yeah, no, you are. And I do want to, the thing that I love about you most is like the theme of this season is conscious creators.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it was important for me to show leaders in like all different genres, right? Making their dreams to become a reality, but also leaders that I feel are being very conscious in the influence that they have as leaders. And what I love about you is, as an artist, you've been able to, you worked really hard to build your platform. It didn't happen overnight. Like people may look at you and be like, what the hell? Like over this past year, you went from, you know, a small social media account, what people may think, to now like millions of people. And that's just like, you literally, that was so much hard work to be able to get to that point and to get to those collaborations. But what I love about it is that, you know, I think you see a true person's character when they have the money or they have the fame. And with you, like you've been really leveraging your platform to shed light on bullying, which I know is like a huge thing. And also that your new song, I'm Not Alone, you did a music video. And I love the fact that like, you know, you didn't just make a video to try to just be, you know, cool and artistic. Like you went to the Down syndrome association. You got kids that were all like from all different backgrounds, and you know, people that were bullied, and you brought all these different ethnicities and kids that have been going through certain things and made them part of, even paralyzed in wheelchairs, and made them part of that video. Can you talk to me about the inspiration behind your song I'm Not Alone, and then what you see in today's society that has inspired you to make that video?
Yeah, I think touching light on with social media and having this platform, I think it's really unfortunate that there are so many people that have massive, massive followings and platforms, and they use it for such a negative way, especially younger ones too, that have kids that really, really look up to them, and they're posting this content and everything that's just so negative. And these kids are seeing these people that have millions of followers, and they're flashing their money everywhere, and so they're thinking, wow, I should be like that because I want to have money, I want to be famous.
Drugs,
yeah, it's crazy. So that's why, you know, as I build my platform, I always try to promote, like, you can still be cool by being positive and by being a good role model and by doing good things in the world. And that's why I constantly am pushing that. But the inspiration behind my music video, you know, we live in Los Angeles and New York, and I'm from Florida, and in these bigger states, and especially just in the US in general, things are a lot more accepted here. And with my social media, I have followings and fans from all around the world, which is still so crazy to me that I can, through making these 1-minute videos, it has affected people all over the world. It's crazy to me. But so you know, I always get these messages all the time of people saying, you know, I wish I could dance like you, or I wish I could look like you, but I'm not skinny enough, or I'm not pretty enough, or this person's telling me I'm not good, or I have this disability, so I could never go take a dance class. Or even if they're not trying to be dancers or singers, whatever they want to do in life, people are so quick to be negative and want to put somebody down.
Themselves.
It's crazy, but hard on themselves, but then they take it out on others because they're not happy with themselves, so they want to put others down.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, and I think that's just horrible. So yeah, I had this concept before I even had the song. I had a concept for the video, and then I co-wrote the song I'm Not Alone, and it was just the perfect fit for everything.
Where did the I'm Not Alone, like where did it really
Yeah,
start from?
because I feel like people always feel like they're, whether you have a disability or you're just going through something, or if you're homeless or if you're the richest person in the world, there has been a time where everyone in their life has felt, why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
I'm the only one that's dealing with this, or I'm the only one who's dealt with this,
Yeah.
and you feel alone.
My name's Evelyn, and I like to dance.
I'm a deaf dancer.
Oh God, I didn't want to get emotional. Everybody has a story.
You feel like you're
I've
the only
definitely
one.
suffered from loneliness.
Yeah.
Like I think everybody can.
I think everyone has, even people that say that, I'm telling you, everybody has felt that way. And like I said, even if you have a million friends, or you see somebody and you think they have
Right.
everything in the world,
some
trust
of
me.
these biggest influencers in the world, right? Like in these biggest stars. I mean, we're, you know, it's really sad to see some of these people that even I have admired, like Avicii and Mac Miller just recently. You have Anthony Bourdain, and you have, you know, there's just like Kate Spade. You know, there's just so many remarkable leaders in the world that
you would think have it all.
have it all.
Yeah, so that's why the song really, and it's crazy because after the song came out was suicide. I think it was when Kate Spade passed, and everyone was posting on social media, "You are not alone. Call the suicide prevention line." And I was like, wow, that is so
Crazy how the universe works, right?
Like insane, and everywhere. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. That was like their slogan. It was just bizarre. Yeah, so I feel like that, my song really applies to so many different things, and that's why when you said like I didn't just put a music video out that was artistic, that's how I felt about the song too. I didn't want to put out a song that I was like trying to push to be number one on Spotify, and this is like my single that I want to do music. Like it was bigger than that for me. It was more about getting the message out and the movement of starting this and this, you know, really showing people.
I am so proud. Like I love you.
Thank you.
Like that is so beautiful.
Thank
like
you.
that's why I wanted to make sure that I wanted you to be part of this community, because like that's being like a real leader. You know what I mean? Like that to me is so amazing. So talk to me about when you finally released it. You finally made that video. What was it like? What was it like when that movement started to unravel, and what was the reaction that you got back?
It was, you know, because I always do, it wasn't like as shocking for me to release a video like this, because I do constantly, before releasing this video, I released a big anti-bullying video, you know, with me dancing. It wasn't to my song, and that one, did crazy numbers, and I think I got like 6 million views on my Instagram, and the comments were just insane. Was it one of those, a 1 minute video? A 1 minute video.
Wow.
I'm like in a bathroom. It's like showing, it's basically the concept, and I was really bullied in school, and I talk about that a lot, because a lot of the kids see my posts and think there's no way she was ever bullied, and we can get into that. But so I did this video that was something that has happened to me, about me going to school, and I go up to talk to everybody, and everyone just walks away. And then I go into a bathroom, and I'm like really, really upset in a bathroom, and I'm dancing like through dance. I always have dance be involved with
That's
it.
like your empowerment mode.
Yeah, and so it's very, very emotional video. But and then at the end, one of the girls who was bullying, she gave the look that she didn't really want to be a bully. And so at the end, then she decides to leave the group and comes over to me. And so that was the message I was showing people also. Like, if you see somebody that's getting bullied, go up to them and talk to them.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these kids had these insane stories. And a lot of them said to me, I saw somebody today that was sitting alone, and I asked them to sit with me.
Wow.
And stuff like that's like, to me, the most amazing thing that can happen.
What I think is so beautiful about it too is the fact that, like, you know, as thought leaders, as role models, as, you know, as just the work that you do in the world, as you, Montana Tucker, like that work, you'll never know the ripple effect that will have, that you've had on the world, on humanity. Like, you just will never know. Like that, there could be a kid that you never know that might have saw it, or someone else saw it that went up to a kid that was lonely or bullied, and that could change the trajectory of that kid's life forever.
Right.
You had a moment for you that was like, almost an emotional moment where you're just like, yo, like this is it. Like, yo, my dream's coming true.
I honestly think it was when I made that bullying video, because I think once I started making the social media videos, I think for me, touching people's lives that's why people ask me, like, what do you want to, if you could do anything with your career right now, like what would you want to do? I would want to go on a world tour, performing my music and meeting everybody and actually talking to people and meeting everyone. Like, to me, if you could say I could do anything, like that's what I would want to do right now. So by making these videos, and especially that anti-bullying one, that's what really, I think that started me making these more inspirational, motivational videos. Because after I made that, I did a body image one. So I did a whole video, and that one was insane, with everyone, you know, writing in their stories about body image, especially with social media nowadays. It's like a huge thing. You know, everyone's editing. We're all guilty of editing photos. I mean, trust me, I do, and everyone does. And so in this video, I really shine light on like me editing a photo. Another girl that's in the video like is self-conscious about her nose. Another one's a little bit overweight, super self-conscious about that. So it shows everyone's stories, and then we all come together at the end and dance together, basically saying like, we're all beautiful. And I have no makeup on in the video. It's like a very stripped, like that's an insecurity. Everyone has their thing. So it was I did the body image one, I did anti-bullying, I did also like my grandma has Alzheimer's. I talk about, you know, that a lot on social media. I feel like that's not a lot of people's grandparents.
Have you done one around autism? Yeah.
I have not.
I would say let's add that to.
That would be amazing. Yes.
Yes, we're lucky because we're sitting in one of my mentors' homes, Ryan Blair, and I know that he would love to do that. So we should put one together.
I would love that. Absolutely love that.
He's a huge advocate, and really a big influence in that community. With his son. So I think we should put one together.
That'd be amazing. I would love that.
So one of the keys to Montana's success has been her influence. It's literally grown from 80,000 to 2 million people and followers on Instagram. And now she's been able to monetize that with brands and really working with the likes of J-Lo. I mean, that's crazy. So I kind of want to get into what is the secret to growth hacking your Instagram, your social media following.
And we were talking about this a little bit earlier. People just see, you know, the past year, like a year and a half ago, I think I had like 80,000 followers, or maybe, like a year and a half ago, I had 80,000 followers, and then it grew to,
what is it?
It's almost 1.9 now. It's 1.8, but it's like really close to 1.9.
Yo, I need to learn some of those tricks.
But like the thing is, there are no tricks.
I know. Okay.
It's like I wish there was. I wish there was. You know. I talk about this with everybody. Like we're all, even some people that are like really successful on Instagram, not successful, like everyone, because what works for you is going to work differently for me, and what's going to work differently for the next person. So unless like it's somebody that is doing the same things as you, I think then yes, like you can take some of their, some of it. But like I have friends that are just massive. Like for instance, Lele, she's one of my best friends, and she's the most insanely huge person on social media.
I think she could probably be like the biggest
probably the biggest. She posts, like the other day I was at her house, she's like, hey, can you like film this like on her iPhone? Her doing like, she loves Shakira. She's doing this like Shakira move. The quality is like nothing, okay? It took us 1 take, 1 second to make, like it's like a joke of a video. Yeah. One of her like best performed videos. I'm like, how? But I feel like if I did a video like that, that wouldn't work for my page. It's different. I don't think, I think, you know, people follow people for different reasons. For different reasons.
I think that's why like you somewhat can't get caught up. Like truthfully, I mean, I deal with a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of thought leaders and artists that, you know, they genuinely want to build their personal brands. Like, let's be honest, right? Like the truth of the matter is that like it is a platform that you want to build, and it does bring access to you. It brings relationships to you, brings opportunities to you, right? So, I mean, it's helped give you and build your whole entire, like build your platform and take it to the next level. But I think you make like a really good point in the sense that like we all, you have to like stay true to who you are, and not think that there's too many tricks.
And I feel
like
not
get too caught up in the followers.
Right. If you overthink it too much, then it doesn't become authentic. And I think personally why mine has grown so fast in the way it is because it's so authentic.
Right.
And people that know me and what I post and everything is who I am. It's not an act. It's exactly who I am. And yes, of course, there are times where I'm like, I stare at a video and watch it probably a million times, and I'm like, should I post this? And only because I'm hard on myself, not because I don't think it's gonna do well. It's because I'm like, God, I wish like this was edited differently, or this was like, I wish I danced better at this part, or whatever it was. But then I just post it because I'm like, you know what? Do I love what I'm doing? Do I love it? And if I love it, I just post it. And I don't think if you get too caught up in like, is this gonna do well? Like, you know, I think that's when things don't work.
for someone that's an aspiring artist right now, I know a lot of people that follow the show and that are fans of mine, even that I see that are like starting to build their brands. They're singers, they're dancers. Like, what would be some key, like maybe 3 core tips that you would tell your younger self for them to be able to start to grow their community and also just like gain their confidence and start to bring those new opportunities and growth to their brand?
I think you have to block what other people say out, which is the hardest thing in the world, because people are always going to have opinions on what they think you should do. And even if you're not where you want to be yet, you have to just keep pushing and keep working hard. Like, that's what I've done. I used to go out all the time. And when I lived in Florida, I was going out all the time and I was just like hanging out all the time. And then the second I like changed my mentality and just became like so laser focused and just worked hard and didn't listen to what other people told me what they think I should do, I feel like that's when it really changed for me. And so I feel like you got to just work really hard, because you never know when it's going to happen. You hear all these stories.
Like it could be like one moment.
Like Katy Perry, I don't know if you ever saw her documentary, but she had an amazing documentary about, she worked so hard. She wrote hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs. She was living out of her car. Everyone told her she wasn't going to make it and wasn't going to do it. And then look at her now. Britney Spears was turned down by every label. Everyone said she wouldn't make it. Britney Spears. I mean, all the major successful people have all had stories of people telling them that they can't. So I think it's really just working super hard. And even if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, anything you want to do, you have to work hard. There's no way around it. So
you're the first that I've seen as a real artist that's like in the entertainment industry, that's like, a singer and, a songwriter, a dancer, and you've done tours worldwide. And then you're also using social media in a unique way, doing these like 1-minute collaboration type skits. Was that for you talk to me a little bit about that? Do you give that as a recommendation for other artists as well?
Oh, 100%. I think the collaborations are amazing. You collaborate with people that have the same audience as you a lot, but then when you branch out and collaborate with people who have a completely different audience that have never heard of you before and never seen you before, so all of a sudden they're seeing your work and then they become fans of yours.
I'm a good pretender, I'm not really cool. I'm a good pretender, 'cause I'm just like you. I do not belong here.
And it's just a rippling effect. So I think collaborations are the best thing. And, sometimes I work with people who have never danced before, and, I'm bringing what I do into what they're doing. Like, I'm not a comedian by any means, but I work a lot with comedians, and we make these skits funny, but I'm teaching them dance.
You got to do them with an entrepreneur, right? Like,
right? No, but, seriously, things that you have to think outside of the box. Do you know Dave Grutman from Miami? Okay, so Dave clearly is not a dancer at all, but he asked me to do a video with me. So I did one with him in Miami, and it's a funny skit. He's like, "Hey guys, it's Dave Grutman, and what you may not know about me is I love to dance," and it's like a joke. And then we get on his boat and we do this dance, and crazy. All of his people that follow him, all the Kardashians commented on it. French Montana, DJ Khaled posted it because we danced to his song. And so that was something that was so random, I would never think that I would do a video with Dave, but that was a great, video and a great collaboration. So now I would just always am collaborating with people who aren't necessarily dancers, but want to, and it's crazy because everyone wants to dance now.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so crazy. Everybody wants to dance.
Hell
and I feel like with social media, dance has just become really popular, and honestly, a lot of these dancers are looked at as artists now. Yeah, it's you're not a musical artist, but they're looked at as, back in the day, I feel like if you were a dancer, you were a backup dancer. Yeah, and not many people knew you. You were just a backup dancer. Right. But now I feel like with social media, you are the artist, and that's why I work with a lot of the labels where when they have a new song, they promote it through dance, and so they want these dance videos to be what promotes the song.
I feel like as an artist, sometimes you can get really caught up on the excitement of creating and the excitement of, you're building a community, but you can lose touch of, financial planning and actually knowing how to manage those business opportunities that may come your way, or what is the 5-year business plan of Montana Tucker? How have you evolved as a businesswoman?
Yeah, I think being very cautious about what deals I take. I think a lot of people with social media platforms, and I see it a lot with females more than males, unfortunately, is they take these brand deals because they want to make quick money. Right. So, the teeth whitening and the teas and the Fashion Novas and whatever, and not downing that
Right,
because
right.
I get it.
They're
to a
making money.
certain
That's their
extent.
income. So it's
And just for me, I'd rather wait for a bigger opportunity, not a bigger opportunity, but something that is more aligned with genuinely how I feel.
Or
And
launch
so-
your own product, right?
Right, exactly. So I did, I have a really amazing partnership with Zumba. I'm not sure if you're familiar, like the fitness
Oh, hell
dancing.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Not that I've done Zumba, but I would do it.
Oh, come
I would
on,
do it with
you've done it once.
I have not.
Okay, wait, we have to go do
Okay,
one.
done,
That would actually
done.
be amazing.
All right.
So when and actually Dave Grutman, which introduced me to the CEO of Zumba, which is
wow.
like the craziest thing how that whole thing happened
dope.
because that's changed my life.
Connections
working with Zumba.
too. These collaborations bring you probably amazing social
You
connection
never
connections.
know because when you collaborate with somebody, you never know who follows them and who
Right.
sees it. That's why when I do videos with a lot of dancers, why they're so excited about doing. In the beginning, they didn't get social media. So dancers who have danced for Beyonce and Jennifer Lopez they're like, why would I do a social media video? Like
Right.
when I've danced for Beyonce and when
Right.
I've danced for Jennifer Lopez. But then as they see it and get it, you get it. And so now
Yeah.
that's why these people are so open to doing these videos.
What do you do to maintain your energy, like, to stay consistent?
I think that I have a lot of alone time when I can.
Really?
I like to just, like, after a long day of working, I like to literally sit on my couch and just, like, lay down and be by myself and not answer phone calls and people think I'm, like, out doing something. I'm literally just home, like, chilling by myself because
Are
I
you
need that
scrolling
time.
though, or did you shut it off?
I do scroll. I do. I can't
Okay.
lie. But it's weird because because I'm scrolling, answering people, and that's like therapeutic for me in a way.
Okay.
So that's like my time to be by myself, but still I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like I'm like responding to my comments and I'm liking
Right.
my comments, and I do that in the mornings too. And I know people say it's not good to like be on your phone first thing in the morning, but that's like my time. I have a routine. I wake up every day and I post every day at 9 a.m. Like that's my time. So I get up like sometimes like 7 or 8 and I'm like responding to everybody, like promoting what video I'm posting, and that's kind of what I do. But it's like, I don't know, it's weirdly therapeutic for me.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there a sense of like FOMO? Kind of like, yeah, this is it. Like I have to be like as much as I can all in. This is my moment.
I think sometimes that's what I'm saying. Like I feel weird when I'm not filming and when I'm not like working. I think it is of something that I'm like, oh my God, but I have to post and I have to do this and I have to like, it is. But also I think it's because it's impacting people in such a positive way. It's not like I'm just posting something and people are like, oh, I like your work. It's like your video, because I saw your video really changed my life, or I was about to give up and then I saw your video and like, thank you. And these comments that I get, you inspired me to dance. I mean, I try to post a lot of them on my story.
Yeah.
Can't post every single one, but I want people to see that, to be inspired by it also. But I think that's what motivates me the most, is not that people are just liking it, it's that people are genuinely getting inspired and genuinely wanting to change something in their life for the better. So that's what I think makes me want to keep going.
I love it.
Yeah.
I always like to kind of get everyone's take, but what do you believe makes a great leader?
That's a great question. I think what makes a great leader is somebody who doesn't, like, and I keep saying this, doesn't follow what others say and doesn't necessarily listen to what other people have told them, and that they really believe in themselves and what they're doing. And, being a leader can mean, I feel like, so many different things with somebody in any aspect of life or any career path, but somebody who just really, I feel like, has believed in themselves and goes for what they want.
Thank you for watching this episode, and thank you, Montana, for being a conscious creator, using your platform for a purpose. You're impacting so many people's lives. If this episode has inspired you guys, please let us know. Comment, share this, let Montana know. This goes to show that even when you hit rock bottom, she took a 5-year hiatus and still bounced back, put in the work, collaborated, and did it with a purpose, and is now reaching millions and millions of lives with her gift. Not letting anyone stop her. She's taking complete control of her destiny, and you can do the same. So let me know if this has impacted you in any way. And also, this is the final episode of season 4, so thank you for being a part of this movement. We still have our finale. Our finale is gonna be coming out and dropping, so be ready for that. But 2019 is gonna be our biggest year ever. The Leaders Create Leaders movement is just getting started. Next year, we want you to be a part of our event, that we're gonna be putting together. We're gonna be doing more meetups. We're gonna be doing a lot more giveaways. So make sure to sign up to our Facebook group that we just launched and be a part of the movement. I appreciate you guys for taking the journey with us. Next season is gonna be lit. I'm talking about we're going in deep. Each conscious creator that we're gonna be meeting up with, we're gonna be breaking it down into a docu-series that's gonna be 3 parts, all on their business, mind, body, spirit, and also love and relationships. Just be ready for it because we're going in and we're doing it at a whole nother level. We're also gonna be launching it with a podcast. So you guys that can't spend the time to watch the visual, you will be able to listen to the podcast more consistently. So we're gonna be firing off on all cylinders. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing holiday. Thank you for being a part of this movement. And remember, leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. Your host, Gerard Adams. Peace.